Hello everybody, it's Rama and I'm here today. I wanted to show some of the things that I've been working on. I was gifted some beautiful fabrics from a crafty friend, Randi Kirby. Thank you so much. And it just put me into this really big fabric rabbit hole. So I've been here just going crazy thinking of all different things that I can make with fabric. So I wanted to share some of the things I've made. I did my previous video on the paper clips that I did, the little clusters, pieces of fabric, and it's a paper clip. And I also showed some of the ones that I did with my mushrooms. This was like the beginning of the rabbit hole. There's another one there. This is the first cluster I did. This has a little bit of everything. Oh wait, it's actually upside down here. So I put some gemstones. These are crystals that I had, and just a whole bunch of stuff on here. There's a lot of layers, so that was fun. And now I kind of cut some of, so let me show you here. I cut some of the pieces of different fabrics into squares, approximately the same size. I didn't measure anything. And then I just took an old scrap piece of fabric here and cut into strips. And this is approximately the length of, the side of a journal page. So I thought people could either put this on, the edge of a journal, or you could cut it, into pieces and use it kind of like a snippet roll. So this is what I was working on. Here's one that I did, and what I used, I put down my double-sided sticky tape on the strip, and then I just laid my squares down, and then I went over it with my sewing machine. And then once I had that step done, then I kind of went through each one. This tends to be how I work, like an assembly line sort of. Then I went back through all of my strips and added buttons and things that to embellish it. So there's one. Let's see. There's another one that I did. I love these colors. This one's kind of fun and funky colors going on there. And then this is a button that I tried to do. It's a plastic button, and I tried to do some ink on it, alcohol inks. I still haven't mastered that yet. Pink and black here. This is another one, kind of funky, fun one. One of my homemade buttons. Let's see. And this one got some greens. This one, I tried to add, I don't know if you can see the wire with some beads in here, and I wrapped this, I don't know, this ribbon stuff through it. So that was kind of experimenting with some different things there. Then we have the blues. It's another button that I did the alcohol inks. Another with the blue and green, which are two of my favorite colors to put together like this. It's just so soothing to me. I always love it. And this one, I really love the colors of this one too. And another pink with some big, the black buttons. So, those are the strips. Let's see, I'm gonna put those aside. And then I was doing some clusters too, so I kind of started with the larger ones. Let me see here. Where's my ruler? Yeah, so you see these are about 4.5 inches. So these are a little bit bigger. I might add more to these, I'm not sure, but I kind of like them as is for now until I know how I'm going to use them. So there's one. I'm not sure about this one, but it's here. Maybe if I do something different, I think it's this that I don't like, and we need some more additions. Then there's one. I think this is my favorite. So, and then I started with a little bit smaller, and I kind of just used a heavier fabric. This is like upholstery fabric, and then I just grabbed some scrap pieces that went along with those colors. So there's some smaller ones with blues. Oh, another blue. Then the pink and green. And then these with like the golds and green. Okay. So I'm gonna move these aside and bring back my tray here and show you, because I was kind of working on some here. Show you how I did it. Not that anybody really needs, you know, it's pretty easy to just see, you know, how it was done, but sometimes it's helpful to see the process that somebody uses. So this one I'm kind of just finishing up, but basically what I do is I take the heavier piece of fabric, and so like these heavier pieces of fabric, and then I'm just going to get color coordinated pieces. And like I like the dark, let's see, I like the dark color being down with a piece of lace on top. Got this scrappy piece, let me see. And I don't have any more of the dark. What does that look like? I could steal this dark piece from back here, like with the eyelet. And then I just kind of zigzag them, you know, or crisscross them and let a little bit hang off the edge so they're a little more kind of messy looking, I guess. Let's see, and this one, put a piece of lace on this one too. And then I think I had, this is kind of cool just to go on the top and really just put a button on that one. Could maybe add a piece of this greenish. Yeah, let me see what this does. If I leave that down, it's kind of funny because, I mean, you could really just keep playing and playing with this, moving things around. There we go, everything not so centered. Put our blue lace on. Maybe I want to add another right in the center there. There, kind of, I like this, and I'm happy with this. So then after I have that, then I just go in and sew everything down with buttons or just doing some embroidery stitches there. Okay, so I just did this little cross and then I made a knot where it is, so then I can just go to another area. So like, let me go here. Okay, and then once I have that down, again, just go in the back, make sure everything's tight but not pulled too tight, and then I can just make a knot here to hold, kind of hold it in position there. And then here to hold this part down. Let's try a French knot, because I did that in one of the other videos and couldn't seem to figure it out. So when your thread is coming out, I figured out after you do the wrap, when you put your needle back through, I figured out that it's this that you need to hold. You need to hold your tail until it gets down to the bottom. That's a little bit better, but you see this embroidery thread is the metallic, you know, it just has that different sort of texture. It doesn't slide so nicely. So let's try here. Okay. Then let's go over here. So you get the idea then, that's pretty much all I do. And I'm trying not to think so much. You know, just kind of go with it when I'm doing stitches and have fun with it. Make sure that part's pulled down. Okay. Maybe let's cut this. Let me make a little knot in the back here, and then I'll cut that off. Okay. So let me put this in my pile of finishes. So I'm almost running out of thread here, but I'm sure I have enough to put a button on this one, because I'm going to put a button right in the middle to hold that down. And let's see. Maybe a white one would look cute there. Let's do a brown one there. I think that's what I'll do. Okay. This thread does not go through very easy either. All these layers, but I love the metallic look, so I'm dealing with it. Okay, and then when I put these down, you know, the first button, I just want to make sure the buttons are really nice and tight. And then make my knot. Now, this is one of those buttons, I don't know if it's going to stick out too much or wobble. Some of them, if they're metal, I put the thread through and then I take my pliers and I squash it down so it lays more flat. but this is plastic, so I can't do that. I do have this one though, that I could do that too. What else do we have in here? We have a gold sailor looking one. Oh, that's really big, and that doesn't really feel like it's metal. That feels like it would break. I need something bigger. Well, there's one that looks too Christmassy, so maybe I could use it on the white side. Okay, I think I'll do this because that white one, I'm just afraid that it's going to stick out too much. So that's what we'll do. And then honestly, I mean, I could even just leave it like this because everything is down good enough that I could wait till I'm using it on a project to add anything to it. You know, like maybe I would want to add more yellow to bring this out. It's kind of like a greenish yellow, but you know, like that. So anyway, I'm just going to leave that as is for now. And then I just wanted to show these. So the thing is really to get different textures. That's what I think, in my opinion, makes these. So like I've got my upholstery fabric, then I have my pretty fabric, then the colors to just kind of pull different colors out here. Then I've got my lace. We've got the shiny sparkly, and then trims. So you can always use trims. It also looks kind of cool if you just put a little piece of a trim and hold it down with a button. I think that looks good. Maybe I will do that. So let's see. I feel like that should be there a little bit more. Okay, I'm happy with this. Oop, and then I just move it all. There we go. Yeah, and then we kind of did this one. So I just wanted to jump on and show you, like, give you a little bit of an idea. Here's more, you know, pretty lace trim that you could put on top. That would look cute on here with like under a button. So it's really just pulling together a bunch of different things, you know, to use. Some little threads here. So that's what I have for you today. If you get around to making anything or trying to do the clusters, I'd love to see what you come up with. Definitely use what you have. If you don't have any upholstery fabric, you could always try, and more than likely, if you don't have a lot of fabric, you're not going to have a stabilizer or something to go under a fabric. So you could always just use paper. I have done that. If you have a really thin fabric that you just want to add a little bit of weight to it, I've done that. And you can either use this, just sort of the double-sided tape to hold it down, a little bit of fabric glue. I always like using the double-sided tape just to hold things in place, and then I go in and add a couple of stitches. So that's it, everybody. I hope everyone is having a good week, and I will see you soon. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, and I always love your comments and like the video. And thank you so much again for supporting my channel.